The Toronto Maple Leafs are facing a pivotal moment as speculation swirls around a potential trade that could reshape the team. With one of their young talents underperforming, the possibility of a one-for-one swap is on the table. What does this mean for the future of the team and the player involved? Stick around as we dive into the latest rumors that could signal a major shift in the Leafs roster. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on everything related to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nick Robertson has been in the spotlight lately, and the conversation around his performance this season has taken a sharp turn. After a promising preseason where he lit the lamp 5 times, his regular season numbers have been a stark contrast. Just 2 goals in 23 games. It's safe to say he hasn't lived up to expectations, and frankly, it's becoming a concern for us as Leafs fans. Toronto is struggling to score from the left side, and Robertson just isn't getting the job done. We've all seen it. He's often a healthy scratch, and it feels like his time with the Leafs is running out. The team is in desperate need of a solid defensive center who can also contribute offensively, a crucial piece that seems to be missing from our roster. Enter Juuso Parssinen from Nashville. Rumors are swirling, and with Friedman reporting that Nashville might be a trade partner, could Robertson for Parssinen be the perfect one-for-one swap? Let's break this down. Parssinen is not just a player with similar age to Robertson. He brings a different skill set to the table. Standing at 6'3" and weighing 212 pounds, he's built to win face-offs, deliver hits, and block shots. This is exactly the type of player we need to bolster our bottom 6. With the Predators struggling this season, only 2 goals and 3 assists to his name, Parssinen has the potential to provide more offensive output than what we've seen from Robertson. Think about it. Nashville needs scoring potential, and perhaps a fresh start in a new environment could rejuvenate Robertson, especially alongside players like Jonathan Marchessault or Steven Stamkos. We know Robertson has the talent. It just hasn't clicked in Toronto. This trade could unlock that potential for him. But let's talk about the implications of this potential move. If we add Parssinen, it strengthens our forward depth and provides the defensive reliability we've been craving. He fits the profile of what Craig Berube loves in a player: tough, skilled, and ready to contribute in multiple facets of the game. As fans, we have to consider, is this what we need to finally take that next step in the playoffs? I have to admit, I'm torn. On one hand, Robertson's upside is undeniable, but the reality is, he hasn't been able to deliver in games that matter. Can we afford to wait any longer for a player who's supposed to be a key part of our future? Or is it time to make a tough decision and move on? And here's the emotional roller coaster we ride as Leafs fans. Every time we hear about a potential trade, there's a glimmer of hope that it could be the missing piece to our championship puzzle. But then there's the fear of losing a young talent who might just need the right environment to thrive. I want to hear from you though. What do you think? Is trading Robertson for Parssinen the right move? Are we ready to turn the page on Nick? Or should we hold out hope that he can still find his game in Toronto? Last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs hit the ice against the Anaheim Ducks, looking to bounce back from that brutal performance against the New Jersey Devils. I mean, if anyone was celebrating that victory, it was time to reconsider. The Leafs looked disjointed and lackluster in that game, with only goalie Stolarz really standing out. Fast forward to last night, and Stolarz started again, with Joseph Woll taking a back seat and Jake McCabe making his return after a lengthy absence due to a disc issue. The question was, would the Leafs finally put together a complete team effort? Well, they did. Sort of. The final score was a tight 3-2. Pacioretty shone early in the first period, as the Leafs opened the scoring with a beautiful play. Max Pacioretty, assisted by John Tavares, got the puck past the Ducks goalie with a stunning behind-the-back pass. It was a phenomenal goal, showcasing what these two can do together. Shortly after, William Nylander increased the lead with his 18th goal of the season, batting a puck out of the air into the net after a pass from Pacioretty, with Morgan Rielly also getting an assist. The Leafs were cruising, and with Stolarz in net, it looked like they had control of the game. But then, disaster struck. The Ducks capitalized on a weak penalty call against Simon Benoit, and suddenly Stolarz, who had been stellar up to that point, was beaten by a weak shot from the blue line. To make matters worse, it seemed like he might have injured his groin or thigh on the play. With the NHL's leader in save percentage out, Woll stepped into the game in the second period. The Ducks ramped up their efforts, but Pacioretty continued his stellar performance, scoring his fourth goal of the season with a deflection. Connor Timmins and John Tavares set up that goal beautifully, making that line the best for the Leafs last night. But the Ducks weren't finished. They scored near the end of the second period on a blocked shot that slipped past Wool. You could see the fatigue and inconsistency creeping in as the top line and defensive pair were caught in a long change. As the third period rolled on, the best line for the Leafs remained Nylander, Pacioretty, and Tavares. They generated chances but couldn't extend the lead. Meanwhile, Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner were quiet, with Marner struggling to find his rhythm. Woll came up with a big save on Alex Killorn during a solo rush, but the defense looked tired in front of him. In the final minute, with the Ducks pulling their goalie, Marner had 2 empty net chances but missed both. The Leafs managed to hold on, but it wasn't without its drama. Now let's talk about Max Domi. It's been a disappointing season for him with the Leafs. His offensive and defensive struggles have fallen short of expectations. Brought in to add scoring and grit, he's been largely invisible on the ice. It's tough not to feel for Domi, though. He has a deep personal connection to Toronto through his father, Ty Domi, a Leafs legend. Max desperately wants to succeed in his hometown, but the pressure to live up to his family's legacy and the high expectations from fans must be immense. Domi wants to contribute and make an impact, but it's been a frustrating road. Whether he stays in Toronto long-term is uncertain, but it's hard not to root for a guy who cares so much about his role with the team and is trying his best. So, what do you think? Was this the right decision to keep Domi on the roster despite his struggles? I'm honestly torn on it. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you been frustrated with his performance, or do you still believe he can turn it around? Let's get a conversation going in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any essential updates about our beloved Maple Leafs. And make sure to hit that notification bell to get all the latest news.